This episode of the Submerged podcast is brought to you by Monsoon Aquatics.
Welcome back, everyone, for another episode of the Submerged podcast. Deep dives and Aussie vibes. I am with Sam, and Mariah tonight. How are we all?
Hey.
We
I'm
are
back.
so good.
He's
back,
back.
yeah.
Philp's back. He's got his voice back, more importantly.
He's returned.
My voice is back, still lingering, but I'm here, guys, so it's all good.
to
You
hear.
sound
Yeah.
as beautiful as ever.
Thanks.
It's good to have you
Yes.
back, mate. We had a worthy replacement for you last time in Dan Kimberley, but
We did.
Yeah.
it's good to have you back.
Yeah, thank you. I actually listened to the episode already. I could listen to Daniel for hours. He's just like, I don't know, the way he talks about the hobby and Monsoon is just, I could just listen for
Yeah.
hours. I wish it was
It's
like
hard to
50
beat.
times longer.
It's hard to beat passion, isn't it? When someone's
Passion,
that
yeah.
passionate about something, it doesn't
Yeah.
matter whether they're cooking hot dogs or whether they're farming corals. You can listen to someone that passionate about something all day.
Yeah, exactly right. And so much knowledge for so long, and he's just got it all in his head. Just want to know his secret spots and his
Yeah.
He will never share that, I'm sure, but
All the
It's a great episode.
stories.
Maybe in volume 2 of that, we might be able to pick his brain a little bit more.
we'll try
Maybe.
to pry some secrets out of him.
Yeah.
I highly doubt we'll get GPS locations.
Yeah, longitude and latitude.
How good.
Sam, have you got a bit of trivia for us again tonight?
I do, yeah, I do.
Ooh,
And
good.
this one's going to follow up nicely because obviously you had Daniel on last episode. So he spoke about, I guess, aquaculture and wild collection. And my question's about the aquaculture side. And I think all of
Okay.
you will be all over this, but I'll see how you guys go. All right?
Yep.
So on this article that he put out, I'm not sure if it's actually out yet, but it was discussed that when he was talking about aquaculture and grow out challenges, he kind of classed them under 3 Ps, like the letter P. 3 of them that he considers grow out challenges for Monsoon. What do you reckon those 3 would be?
Phew. All right.
Parameters would be one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, Mariah, what were you going to say?
I was just clarifying the letter, but yeah,
Yep,
P.
P.
Yeah, I got
The
Yep.
letter P for Peter. Yes.
P for Parker and
parameters.
Philp. Sorry.
Yes, that's well done.
Parameters.
I have no idea.
Parameters, pests.
Keep going.
I would say par, but it's not one of them.
I want to say like
Ooh.
protection, but I don't think that's it.
No, I like par. I think par could be it.
Yeah. Any more? Because you may have given me one. I agree with some that you've said, but they weren't listed in the article. But I'm still going to give them, I think. What do we reckon? So,
The
So-
authority.
yeah, I know. Look at that. I own this trivia. So, pest is one. Another name for pest. There's your hint with another one. What's another name for pest?
Pathogens.
Like it?
Parasites.
Parasites.
Yep.
Bang on.
Yep.
There's number 2. And there's one
That was
more
Sam,
that
not me.
none of you have mentioned. What do you reckon?
Price.
None of you on the track with.
Price. It's not.
It's an interesting point. Could be.
Placement?
Placement.
I never realized there's so many P words that relate to
I
reefing.
know.
Yeah.
And lots that don't as well. And I'm trying to decipher which are which.
Yeah.
What do you reckon?
What was it in relation
give
to
us-
again? What was the just
Yeah.
aquaculture and corals?
Yeah, just like
Yeah,
grow
yeah.
out challenges, like coral grow out challenges. So yeah, pests, parasites, and one other that was listed. It's along the same path. But usually I think about it like when it's like something big, maybe eating something small.
Predators.
Ooh.
There, bang.
That's
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's what was
right,
listed.
right,
So
right.
yeah. So obviously I think par definitely, parameters
Yes.
definitely.
Yes.
What other P's did you say that I reckon I could give points for here?
Nothing that came out of
Placement.
my mouth. Patient was a good one.
Placement. Yeah. All right. You got all that, Matt Bates? Tally those points.
Yeah, where is he at?
There's people
He's on
commenting now being like, hold out, don't tell them the update. Don't give them the update. Oh, that's not on. Oh, yeah. Well done, guys. Smashed it as always. Well done, Sam. I think you probably got the most there, but good stuff.
I think it was team effort.
Gold star.
Team effort.
Do you want a cookie?
I literally just ate a bit of cake. Oh, I ate a bit of cake on my plate there, so I'm good.
Oh, sugared
Already
up.
rewarded. That's right. Yep.
Singing.
No sugar in my tea, but there is some in the cake.
Very good.
stuff.
Well done. Another good round of trivia. Thanks, Sam.
Well
No
done.
dramas.
What we're going to actually talk about next, Mariah, I'm gonna let you take this one. We're actually going to talk about a little Only Reefs giveaway coming up from next
Ooh.
episode
yeah.
onwards.
Oh, yeah.
Whoa.
We sure are, aren't we? I'm so excited. We are giving away 4 $100 vouchers, guys, to anything on the website. So that's literally
Damn.
anything. That could be corals. That could be Only Reef merch. That could be some cool Submerged podcast merch. Absolutely anything. So I don't think we
Nice.
actually haven't spoken about. Is that going to be weekly, Jared? Fortnightly? That's up to Boss Man.
We're going to do 2 per episode for the next 2 episodes. So
Ooh, so
this
2
epi-
winners.
this
like
episode
that.
just lets everyone know that there's something coming, and then we'll have the little competition before the next episode airs, and then the first 2 winners will happen in the next episode.
Yeah, right.
I'm
Nice.
so excited.
So this is your forewarning that there will be.
This is just the warning. You guys are
Yes.
getting warned. So that will, all right. Keep an eye. I don't know what the question is going to be yet. And if I do, I'm not telling. You can follow the Submerged podcast on Facebook and Instagram. I reckon we did the quiz on Instagram last time. Maybe this time we'll do Facebook, change it up a little bit, keep you all on your toes. But it'll be fun. I'm excited.
Nice.
I'll get ChatGPT out and the spinning wheel to pick the winner.
Tell us, Mariah, what are
Look
some of the
forward to it.
corals that people are buying on your website at onlyreefs.com.au?
You know, I was looking through this the other day, right? The top sellers,
Yes.
we had Alveopora, out of
Mhm.
all things, which I
Okay.
wasn't expecting. Glittergony.
Yes, that I expected.
What was another seller that I wasn't expecting, but then I looked at the totals? Kaleidoscope Monty, that was another big one.
Submerged merchandise. Oh, sorry, Coral.
Submerged merchandise. Submerged merchandise. I was like, where are you going with this, Sam? This is too much advertising.
He's well
And
and truly on it.
actually, on the sorry guys, it's been a long day for me. I'm not picking up on the hints tonight. But on that though, I think we're actually running low on a few sizes. So if you
Ooh.
are planning to cop a t-shirt, do it quickly, because I'm not sure when the restock will be. It might be. Are we going to be restocking those anytime soon, Jared, or is it just like a once-off little thing,
Yeah,
and they might be waiting?
I'll keep restocking. If we keep getting the demand for it, I'll just keep restocking. So,
Cool.
I guess I'll just watch the sizes that are selling more. I think we've got plenty of small and plenty of double extra large, but everything in between's
Yep.
kind of
All
still
the
there.
biggies
So,
and littlies get in on it.
that's right. Yeah.
Yes.
Everyone that's a regular size, just pause, just pump the brakes. No,
Or
I'm
hurry
joking.
up and buy the rest.
Well, that's a good call too.
Yeah.
And hey, also on that, if you want any other types of merch, let us know in the comments. I know we've had a few requests for hats.
Ooh.
But anything else? Maybe some mugs.
Uncle Lamb asking for hats. So
Yeah.
maybe
Yeah.
that might be next.
Surely he's got enough hats by now.
Oh, he
No.
doesn't.
He wants the biggest collection in the world.
He was
I
like
mean,
onto that.
He could wear a different hat every day of the year and go probably 3 or 4 years without wearing the same hat.
I've never actually seen him wear a hat. They're all up. They're all up on the wall.
They are all up on the wall, yes.
Or you could
yes.
just stack like 10 on top of each other and just walk around like an absolute goose. But
As long as there's a submerged one in there, we're all good.
All right. So the episode today is we're talking about all of those mini creatures, those micro life forms that often get forgotten about. We've done an episode previously on a lot of your pests and stuff like that, and but this is going to be more around, those really little things that, let's be honest, they're part of the food chain. Like they're the lowest of the food chain. So, because I guess so often you see like those green bottles, like I was saying before, you see those green bottles in store, and people just ask, "What's this? Where does this go? What do I do with this?" So,
Yep.
and I think people also blindly just put it into their tank as well, not knowing the benefits of it. So
Surely no one does that, Jared. Who puts something in their tank without knowing what it is or what it does? I mean, apart from all of us, no one.
I was going to say I do
that. We just test it out for everyone else.
That's right.
Yeah, you're welcome, guys.
First cab off the rank when it comes to these micro, and I'm going to start from maybe the smallest and the lowest of the food chain. We'll start with phytoplankton.
Yeah.
That's the lowest, but probably the most important.
It's funny that you say that, because like I heard a long time ago, like a fact that's just stayed with me forever, about like we would nearly cease to exist without phytoplankton. The way that they create oxygen, right? Let's break it down a little bit how they work. Okay, so they're essentially like an algae, right? Which they feed. Yeah. They photosynthesize just like your corals do, and then by doing that, they kind of consume carbon dioxide and they generate oxygen from that, and we all breathe oxygen.
Yeah,
somewhat important.
In the natural environment, I think it's something like 50% of all oxygen produced on Earth is from phytoplankton. So every second breath that you take is literally generated from phytoplankton. How cool is that?
Yeah. That sounds like a full ballad song you could go on there.
That's one of my fun facts
you take.
Every second breath you take.
His
God
from phytoplankton make.
Every time I breathe now, I'm just going to think of phytoplankton like exhaling, like on a cold winter's morning, scream.
You're going to go into your fish shop, crack open one of those green bottles, and just breathe
whiff
it in now, aren't you?
Breathe in the fresh air, guys.
Yeah.
So I think they actually produce more oxygen than what our trees do. So it's a pretty insane fact when you think that they're probably one of the smallest organisms in the ocean, and they're the lowest of the food chain. So things like all the other stuff that we'll talk about, like copepods, rotifers, and all that, feed off the phytoplankton. So they're a very, very important integral part of not only a reef system, but Earth.
Yeah, just our whole ecosystem.
Our whole living.
As you say, not just the ecosystem of our aquarium, but the planet. And one thing that I just Googled, I'll be honest, but the word...
Just a disclaimer also, we were saying before this episode, and me myself, I'm not an expert in this topic. I think I'm learning as long as you guys are.
None of us are experts in this field.
Told me, then Jarred blew my mind. Jared's obviously the expert in this.
We're all learning in this space. But one thing that I did learn on a quick Google of phytoplankton is that the word phytoplankton is derived from the Greek words for plant, which is phyto, and wanderer, which is plankton. So plant wanderer. Yeah.
I'll get my yarn to that one. She can hit me.
Yeah, well, all the things we're talking about today fall under that category of plankton, right? Like the algae and the phytoplankton, and then all the slightly larger things that eat the phytoplankton are your zooplankton. So they all kind of...
Correct.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So the beautiful thing as well, like we can create phytoplankton ourselves. There's many companies, and one of our long-term sponsors, Aquaculture Kings, they sell phytoplankton. They actually produce what's the name of their little reactor they do?
They do a Culture S and a Culture M.
That's the one, yeah. And they do kits, and I've even had the guys reach out to me and say that they've got a whole kind of breakdown on their website that kind of teach you a little bit more about all of these things that we're going to talk today about, and how to make them in these little reactors, how to feed them, their lifespan, all of those types of things. So if you're interested in any of this stuff today, you can jump on their website and take a look around and learn a little bit more like I did, because realistically, everything that we're talking about today is things that I've heard in the past, or things I've Googled, or things that I've learnt off their website, realistically. So,
yeah, their website's incredible, actually. They got that launch pad there, which tells you everything you need to know, particularly using their products to create these different cultures. Tell you all the steps required to make that happen, which is quite impressive.
Yeah, I think one thing that keeps coming up is that when we talk about phytoplankton, from my understanding, the coral itself doesn't feed directly off it, or if it does, it's not much. But I think you're benefiting all the other things in the ecosystem by putting it in, right? So all the zooplankton and other things are feeding on that, which then the coral can then feed off, for example. So it's like indirectly, more indirect than direct. I think that's what my understanding anyway. Have you heard any different to that, or?
No, I believe you're onto the winner there. Yeah, I don't think the corals directly feed off phyto. I think zooplankton will feed off phyto, and then corals will have that symbiotic relationship with zooplankton, which can create the color in your corals, or does create the color in your corals. And then obviously other elements can eat phytoplankton, which some of those, I say elements, it's not really elements, some of those other organisms can eat phytoplankton that we'll talk about throughout the rest of the episode. And then corals and even fish can definitely eat those.
Yeah,
for sure.
I think we do a lot of that without realizing. There's a lot of indirect feeding to corals, and I do it now. Like I add like coral food, like even reefroids and things like that, to my fish food.
Yep.
Because they consume it, they poop it out, it then becomes coral food. So you feed for something directly, you indirectly feed other things. So phytoplankton's great for that. And I think it just adds to that whole ecosystem that we're trying to build in the tank. And some of these other things we're going to talk about now, like the copepods and stuff like that, will only feed on phytoplankton. So,
definitely.
But when we talk about phyto, like I said before, you get that green cordial looking bottle. How are you guys using it?
Yeah, so I am actually using the Aquaculture Kings Culture reactor and producing a fairly modest, for the size of my tank, 1 liter a week. It's actually in about 5 days, but I tend to be a little bit late and do it weekly. So I harvest a liter of that a week. So I normally spread that out to about 4 doses of 250 mil a day, every couple of days, that I tip in at a time. And it's one of those things you don't directly see an impact from it. So it's so tough in this game where we want to see, you add A to B and you get C. But when you're talking ecosystems, it just doesn't quite work that way. And in this modern tradition of less water changes, or even not using natural salt water, you're going artificial salt waters and things like that. You've got to be so mindful of these parts of the ecosystem that you're starving your system from. So I'm ultra conscious of trying to keep that, particularly, as you say, Jarred, this is the basically the bottom of the food cycle. It's the single cell algae. If you're not adding that in and you're not doing natural salt water changes, you're cutting off an entire part of the ecosystem, which is just going to make everything down the chain struggle. So whether you're doing natural salt water or not, I think it's super vital to add it in. And I've got to say, whilst I don't directly see improvements from, like 5 minutes after adding phytoplankton, I don't go, oh, my corals are twice the size and 3 times as colorful. doesn't quite work like that, but I think over the period of, a month or two of adding it, I believe I do see a difference, and I definitely do not see any negative impacts, only positive.
Yeah, I'm the same. I dose it. I do have it's a kind of a DIY reactor that I run at school just because it's
Nice.
bright green and it's bubbling and everyone loses their mind over it. But yeah, and I just do the same. I dose, probably only 100, 150 mils just every couple of days, or it's only a
Yep.
small reactor. So just putting it straight in the tank. And if I overdose and I go like a large amount, the only downfall I see is it might have a nice green line on my, my automatic roller. And the
Yeah,
filter
right.
fleet's got this like green band. If I've overdosed, it's gone straight over the overflow. But yeah, I dose it whenever I can, and because it grows crazy. If you've got a good light and you give it some fertilizer, it's going to go nuts. So
Definitely.
yeah,
I
For
do love
sure.
that on a filter roller. I'm not sure what your filter roller is like, but on mine, I have to actually manually unroll it when I go to take it to the bin. I mean, I could get a knife and cut through it, but I tend to
Yeah.
just kind of hold it on a screwdriver and just unroll it as I go. And
Yeah.
it's kind of like a reverse time lapse of where
Yeah.
the tank was at the time.
yeah.
Like it's, it's not too bad, and then it's dirty, and then it goes red. I'm like, oh yeah, that was when I like turkey basted all the cyano off, and then it goes through like real dark brown and stuff. You're like, oh yeah, it was dirty then. I was feeding too much, and you just
Yeah.
keep rolling through and seeing all things. So yeah, when you mentioned about the green on your filter roller, I'm like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's like a time scale, isn't it? You can backtrack through Earth and work it.
Yeah.
Like, oh yes, that happened then.
Super interesting.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. I don't culture my own. Purely, it's just one thing that I haven't gotten around to. I do want to. I dose about a liter a week. This
Damn,
tank's
you
my
need to start culturing.
yeah. I know, I know. Shout out aquaculture kings. I do. I go through it, and it's interesting that you said that you don't see such a quick impact because I find that I do, and I think it's to the
Oh,
point now I can actually tell if I miss a few days,
yes.
things don't look as puffy.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh.
and I mean it's not like something I can exactly prove, and mainly in my frag system, which is majorly LPS. I reckon at least 70% of that tank's all LPS. The reason why I do feed Fido so heavy, I've got pods and rotifers everywhere, but I do add those in too because it's a fishless system. And I feel like that bottom food chain kind of element is very important in a system like that. Like you pick up a frag and you see pods and rotifers running out underneath it. I've also had like no touch wood, no algae in that system. And I
Yep.
truly think it's because of the amount of live feeds that I dose. But yeah, I do see a bit of an impact. In my display, it's got more SPS.
Yep.
Maybe not as much. I was talking to the boys before this episode though. I've had like ugly faces in my display, which I haven't spoken about much, but since I started my frag tank, I think I shocked my system a little bit. I had my trace elements go out and I just got hair algae and cyano everywhere. The only thing that I've added to this tank is I've upped the Fido. I don't measure. I should measure. I just tip and pour. That
Talking
thing that
about
we
putting
just
in
said
stuff
we
blindly
don't
into our
do.
tank.
Yeah,
Glug, 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 glug.
literally. But I reckon after 2 weeks of like adding extra rotifers, especially rotifers and Fido, my algae's like 90% gone now. So that just
Yeah, nice.
shows how much of an important, impact it has. And going back to last episode too with Daniel Kimberley, how he was talking about how so many corals, like our fish tanks aren't what you find in nature, right? You go
Yes.
out and they go diving and it's gluggy and it's brown and there's algae everywhere. And here we are trying to create these perfect little ecosystems that are pristinely clean using artificial salt. And what are we doing? Just feeding the fish and expecting the fish to bring in everything that we need. We're so focused on bacteria. I do think there's sometimes a little bit of a hole. And you can fill that with phytoplankton.
Perfect.
How
Yeah,
about you, Jared?
I dose probably a liter, and I kind of do it in one hit. I dose probably a liter every fortnight.
Yep.
Yeah, at the same time, like I add more pods into my system as well. Like I've got a what would you call it? It's a refugium, but it's not an attached refugium to the sump. Like it kind of filters through it. So like I push half my Fido and half my pods into the sump and then the rest into the system. So yeah, every 2 weeks, 3 weeks, something like that. And we've got a guy here, Kev, who
Mhm.
I think he probably sells to a lot of the shops around here. And every now and then I grab a couple of bottles extra off him and dose it into my tank. But when you're saying about like how much you don't measure how much, I think out of anything that we add to our tank, it's one of those things that you can get away with maybe 50 extra mils or 100 extra
Oh,
mils,
get away with
because
50 times dosage, I would say, would be fine still.
Mm.
yeah,
At worst, you're going to see a green tinge for an hour or two, and then it'll clear up, and everything will be loving life. It's not going to cause any massive dramas.
the
Yeah.
only thing I've ever seen is like a bloom happens. You just get
Yeah,
like this
okay.
cloudy tank because they just rapidly spawn like crazy, and they eventually like things just consume them and they get filtered out anyway. So
More
Yep.
oxygen though. So
Happy
yeah,
days, yeah.
pH goes up. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
If we do overdose, would we run into a problem where, and correct me if I'm wrong here, I remember reading an article a little while ago now about how dosing phytoplankton can like help with nutrients, obviously because it grows and it consumes nutrients.
Mhm.
If we overdose, would we be seeing nutrients go down too quickly? Would that be a problem that people can run into? Or not really?
Great
Good
question.
Because I've heard both things. Because in theory, right, like it's a photosynthetic organism. It's going to consume light and it's going to produce oxygen and it's going to consume energy. It's going to consume nitrates and phosphates too. I do know a few people who have been dosing it to help with high nitrates and phosphates as more of a natural method.
I think you would need lots of phytoplankton to have
Yeah, okay.
any substantial effect. Because if you
Yeah.
think about it, fertilizer that they use, for plants, for growth, you'd think that the phytoplankton being a plant, algae, it would need very high concentrations of fertilizers to bloom. And I
Yeah.
don't feel like
Yeah,
even with high
okay.
nitrates in our system, we would hit that point.
And theoretically, it's just being consumed so quickly.
Yeah.
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 I mean,
And then
for it to exist in the wild, like, I mean, we talk about
Do we have
oceans
to
have got
Google this?
fairly low nutrient levels, and phytoplankton still
Yeah,
exists in the
true.
wild. So,
True.
But is the nutrient levels in the ocean so low because phytoplankton's just eating it all up?
well, that's an excellent point,
Mm.
and quite possibly the case.
You're
Oh.
an expert.
I can.
Excuse me.
The only thing I can potentially lead to, and I don't even think it was Fido, I think it was something else, but Than from Tidal Gardens mentioned that one of his display tanks, they'd put too much, like I said, I can't remember if it was Fido or something else, but let's, for the sake of this podcast, say that it was Fido. They put too much in and the tank basically became a Fido reactor.
yeah, I did see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, for like 2 or 3 months,
Yeah.
where it got to a point where it was basically just continuing to self-maintain its level of Fido. So the tank kind of went like a light green color because it was populating in there.
Wow.
But at some point in time, yeah, you're going to run out of food source, or I mean, any sort of organism. I mean, Sam's the science
Oh,
teacher, but
yeah.
you're going to run into either a lack of food source or you're going to run into more predators. Something's going to
Mhm.
upset the balance at some point in time.
Because we all dose it. Because keep in mind too, and I guess for the listeners too who have, tanks, and, it's not always the cheapest product to buy. The Aqua Kings, I'm not sure about other brands, but Aquaculture Kings label, they only suggest 10 mils per 100 litres. So everyone listening, and we're going in with like, so much. I don't think you need as much. Just a disclaimer.
Send it. A little bit's good,
I can
more's got to
see
be
all these
better.
people
Send it.
looking at these bottles going, oh my God, I need one of these a day.
Yeah.
Chip it in.
I think the only problem that you've got to find with adding more is, as far as I know, they're a free swimming organism. They're not something like a copepod that will actually attach itself to rock or glass or something like that and live within a structure. These kind of float within the water column,
Yeah.
Mhm.
which means they're probably rapidly filtered out of the system as well. So The only
Mm.
thing you might be doing by putting a litre in at a time is you might be getting 10 mil might only be effective. The rest just gets filtered out.
Yep. The rest
That
ends
could
up
be it.
on Philp's filter roller.
Yeah, exactly. And obviously they need light, right? So if they're suspended in the water column in your sump or in a refugium that maybe doesn't have the light on,
Yep.
then they're not
Yeah.
going to be
Not going to produce.
True.
Yeah.
not going to be producing.
On that
Yeah.
then, when you guys dose, do we turn off your skimmer and UV or do you just leave it on?
No.
No,
That sounds like
Ah.
way too much effort.
I pause mine.
maybe that's why you're getting such a big effect that we
Maybe,
aren't.
yeah.
Maybe that's why my algae's gone and my copepods are breeding
Maybe.
and
Yeah, maybe. All right. Maybe I'll try that next time.
maybe you're just burning yours. But you all make it so it's free. I'm on a budget.
Well, when you have to use it up, right? So you kind of, when you're making it, it's
Yeah, true.
not like you can kill a whole culture by not
By
using it.
not harvesting it, yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
That's honestly the best thing about having a culture is forcing you to use it. Because I was buying a bottle, I'd be very generous in saying once a month. Probably realistically, I'd buy 2 or 3 bottles every 2 or 3 months and then just tip them all in at once. There was no consistency. Where now that I have a culture going and it is ready probably every 5 days, but I do it weekly. So every Sunday I've got another litre of it and I put 250 mil in then and spread it out throughout the week. Just having the fact that every day when I go into the laundry and I see that culture getting a bit greener and greener, I'm like, oh yeah, I better get rid of some of the stuff that I've got in the
It's
fridge.
time.
Yeah, it's actually reminding me to dose the stuff that I already have cultured. So that's the best function of culturing it yourself, I think, is the reminder to dose it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before we move on to the next one, I did Google this and I highlighted this because it just blew me away. This little fact here, like if the first little fact didn't quite get you where how much oxygen they produce, this one equally did it for me. By drawing down carbon dioxide and eventually sinking it to the deep ocean when they die,
Damn.
they act as Earth's biological carbon pump, mitigating climate change.
Look at them go. Little
Yeah,
rainbow
The
warriors.
pods are literally saving the world, guys.
They are.
Yeah. They're called carbon sinks. That's exactly what they do. They take carbon out of the atmosphere or dissolved in the water.
Yep.
Take it down, die at the bottom. Yeah, exactly right.
So what if
Atlas
you've only
got
got a frag tank, a shallow tank? Can they take it down? What happens then?
Yeah. To have mine build a trench.
How deep are we talking? How deep do they have to go to turn this carbon dioxide into oxygen?
Well, I'm guessing they have to die and literally sink to the bottom of the ocean. So I guess for a tank, we would never get there.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
Unless
Oh,
it was,
so this-
it needs to be undisturbed for thousands of years. But yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I
right.
don't touch mine.
Yeah, that got dark. Okay.
That's pretty. That's pretty crazy though when you think about it. Like we're doing a lot to try and curb climate change, but
Fido's just fighting its own
like
battle.
they're doing it themselves in a way to try and move away from it. So
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty crazy that the
Yeah.
smallest thing in the ocean can do so much.
Yeah. And when it's blooming, you can see it from space too. Big phytoplankton and eddies and stuff.
Yeah,
Like
that's wild.
crazy.
Yeah.
So cool.
Next one we'll move on to is copepods. I think everyone has heard of copepods. I think it's probably a little bit more wide known for people to buy that little bottle of copepods and dose it into their tank because they have fish that they want to feed with them pretty much. And
Yeah, that's
a
it.
healthy copepod population in your tank means healthy, fat, small, very finicky fish. So
The
True that.
unsung heroes, the copepods.
yeah. Yeah. And again, much like the phyto reactor that we spoke about, you can do the same thing with the Cultura S and the Cultura M in doing copepods as well.
That you can. It does take a little bit longer. I have a Cultura M producing or breeding copepods, and I do my phytoplankton reactor every week. My copepod reactor I harvest from about every 4 weeks. It takes a little bit longer till I see good numbers of the little swimmers around in the base of it, and I go, all right, let's let's tip some of you through the sieve and put them in the tank. But it's a pretty easy process, I will say. It's very similar to setting up the phytoplankton reactor, and you just put some salt water in there. Instead of putting fertilizer in there, you put some phyto in. Obviously, you have a starter culture with some copepods in there, but once you've got that in there once, you just don't harvest the entire thing out. You just kind of, when it comes to harvesting, I tip like 3/4 of the water through a sieve and leave 1/4 of the water in there, tip that sieve into my tank, and all the little copepods swim off. Chromas come and smash a lot of them if I put it into the display tank, but that's all right. You fill it back up with clean salt water, you put a little bit of phytoplankton in there, and you just keep a little green tinge in there, very light green tinge. And yeah, it does take about 4 or 5 weeks for the pods that I'm breeding, at least, to get to the point where it looks pretty busy in the reactor and you got to pull some out. But to be honest, it's I don't know, it's a little side aspect of the hobby for me. And I know myself, my wife, and my daughter both see great interest in seeing the copepods go from like specks of dust that look like they are just literal specks of dust just floating about, not actually actively swimming, to the point where the specks of dust start changing direction. And then you get specks of dust actually look like they've got a body shape to them and they're swimming around. And then you get to the point where you can actually sort of see like little components of them, and you go, all right, it's time to put them through the sieve and put them in the tank. It's interesting.
It's also pretty cool finding them in your tank as well, though, right? Like you see,
absolutely.
See these little tiny white specks on your glass and go, what is this? A little bit of coralline? What is this? And you just see them just move just a little bit. You're like, oh,
normally when you bring the magnet cleaner towards it, you're like, oh, there's a bit of, a few specks on the glass there. I better clean that. And you get the magnet cleaner towards it, and then they scurry off, and you go, hang on, that wasn't algae.
I always feel like a murderer. If I ever dip coral and I see them in the dip, I've got an emergency prepared and I save them out.
Yeah, putting a flashlight on your tank at night, finding all these little things that's a highlight.
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah, that's one of my favorite things to do. Another fact, I'm going to jump in. I'm not sure if Jarred has more, but copepods are one of the most abundant animals on Earth.
Wow.
I think
I'm assuming by number, not by
biomass. I'm not sure, but I think it might be both. I think that's a big shout there. But
all right. He's claimed it now.
Wow.
What have I done? Definitely by number. Yeah, one of the most abundant in the natural, because they live all over the place. Like there's so many species of them. They live in freshwater, saltwater, everywhere. Yeah, they're so.
I never would have guessed that. I would have guessed rats or something.
But like you just said,
ants.
Like you just said, Sam, there's different species of them, and they all kind of do slightly different things as well. Like the ones that we know of, the ones that you go into your shop and you buy, they're the Tisbe. I think I'm saying that correctly.
Yeah, that's good pronunciation. That's exactly that was
Tisbe
good.
are common. The Tigs are common as well, but they're actually Tigrapus. I'm not sure on the full name, but they just often go by Tigs.
Yes, the Tigiopus.
But I refer to them just as Tigs. Sorry, Jarred.
The Tisbe are the smallest of the lot, and you've got others that are larger but shorter lifespans, I've been told, like the Calionoids. They're the largest. So a lot of these, I believe Aquaculture Kings actually sell.
They've got a big range of them.
Probably about 3 or 4 different varieties, and they all are there to kind of combat different things or feed different things.
Or feed each other probably too, right?
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
It's a pod eat pod world.
But we also send these tiny little creatures in to do other things as well. Like the Tisbe are known to kind of battle dinos and stuff. So if you've got like a dino outbreak in your tank, then pods, by dosing pods, are going to assist in moving that out of the system.
Yeah.
100%.
Well, then when do we classify them? Do we classify them as fish food or cleanup crew?
Oh,
well,
both.
Yeah, both.
Maybe it
a little
depends
bit.
on how you. Yeah. I could say I use them as different. So my frag system, I use them as cleanup crew, but in my display, they're definitely food.
Yep. That's
So
fair
it
enough.
depends on the system. Both.
Yeah, and I'm
Everything.
sure the number of different species you have in your tank is only going to benefit the whole system. So the more species you can get in there breeding and feeding on the phytoplankton that you're also dosing is just going to
Mm,
tenfold increase the cleanup
mm,
benefit and the food benefit overall.
Mm.
And then you've
Yeah.
got, well, we talked about like the number of them. The bigger the variety, the better. There is also a double-edged sword to that, in that there is at least a strain, potentially multiple, of rogue copepods.
No,
Yeah.
not the rogues.
The rogues, yeah, they've seen the dark side.
Actually, do you know what? Oh my God. When I started this hobby, there was 2 Adelaide reefers.
Yes,
Did you hear about? Yeah,
I'm not
yeah,
sure.
and they had no. Okay. Oh my God, I forgot
Tell
all about
us.
this situation. Oh, do I want to? Because now, if I say this, that everyone listening is going to go, "Oh my God, I have a parasitic copepod or something."
Yeah.
Guys, this won't happen to you. But just dip your corals, because there was something in Adelaide that they believe was brought in on a wild colony, and it was like a parasitic copepod, and it was eating acropora flesh.
Yeah, there
And
definitely
the
is
yeah,
parasitic
the 2
copepods.
reefers, my friend's a vet, and he has like the lab tech, and he like went and put it on the microscope and stuff, and it was something. I don't know what. But
Yep.
yeah, I remember that actually. That's oh my God, you bring me back. That's a memory and a half.
In
A whole
my
year ago.
experience, and it is only my personal experience, they don't tend to eat the flesh, but they irritate the coral.
Yeah, I
So
reckon
you
that someone
won't.
was like eating it, and it was resilient to dips, and they had to dip it in a dog worm, or it was a whole
Dogworm is the treatment. Yeah.
yeah.
I had I identified under a microscope as an ostracod, something completely different from my understanding, a little bit bigger, but
Okay.
same thing, parasitic, irritated corals fed
Yep.
off dead flesh and things like that.
Yep.
So they do exist, but I've not heard of these rogue copepods before.
These rogue
Yeah.
little buggers. Yeah. No, they do exist. It is a thing. Like I said, in my experience, at least, they didn't eat the coral, but they did irritate it, and they just took away some of the polyp extension and the color. They didn't actually kill coral. They didn't stop it growing, but they just made them not as vibrant as they should be.
When did you see them? Was it on like a propagated piece? Was it on a wild caught piece?
Funnily enough, it was one of my viewers from the UK from my YouTube channel. It was like, you've got a rogue copepod outbreak
Just
on your
one.
tank. You just there's a
I can
singular
see
little
it.
mongrel.
3 minutes 6, go back, it's right there.
Well, funnily enough, he did actually say, "Yeah, have a look at this minute mark of your video. You'll see spots here, and here," and he circled them. He took a screenshot and circled them, and went, "These are parasitic copepods. You need to do a worm treatment." And
Yeah.
he
What
was
is
right.
it? Advanced dog worm? I think I've got some in my drawer if anyone needs it.
It was a Milbamax. I think thankfully it's not a medication that requires any sort of prescription. You can just buy
Yeah,
it.
from the
It is
pet
just like a
store,
dog worm you can
I've
get from
used
a
it
pet shop.
for red bugs, Milbamax.
Milbamax, yeah.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
I think it has another component as well as that active
got
ingredient. That
Prazi as well, yeah.
That's the stuff.
Yep.
Mm.
But yeah, anyway, that's the dark side of copepods. If you find yourself in the wrong alley, that's what you'll come across.
Yeah.
The wrong alley.
Wrong alley. They'll get you.
They'll stiff you for your watch and your wallet.
They'll irritate the heck out of you.
I think the good thing about pods as well is that they're a sign of a healthy system as well, and a somewhat established system. You could start to dose your copepods into a fairly new system. They're probably not going to do too well, but once you start to see them on your glass and everything like that, I think that's when you kind of know that you've got some kind of an established system there.
Definitely. They're going to
I
need
agree.
reasonable conditions to live.
Yeah.
Well, they feed off detritus stuff as well, and
Yeah.
detritus doesn't just start it like on a brand new 2-day-old system,
No.
right?
No.
They also eat bacteria. They feed on bacteria. There's no bacteria in a new system, so yes, they'll eat phytoplankton. And if you start a brand new sterile system and you put pods in it and then feed it with phyto, yeah, they're going to have something to feed on, but that's not their only food source. So having them shows that your tank is doing well.
I was just going to say, on that note, you're saying you add it to a fresh tank. I've set up a tank completely sterile, artificial rock, artificial salt, nothing in it, no corals, no fish, no nothing, just cycling. And I've had copepods appear out of nowhere.
Really?
Man.
And I'm just blown away by how that can happen.
Definitely the rogue ones.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
I went
Well,
down
we
that
just-
alley to pick up the rock, and it was
You
like,
went down the alley.
Yeah, you
Was
watch
it like
they'll shiv
used
you.
rock? That's
Um,
crazy.
no, it wasn't. It wasn't actually used rock. It was brand new rock,
Surely.
brand new tank, brand new sand, brand new artificial salt water. Like,
Wow.
Cross contamination.
I didn't have another tank in the house. I don't know. I don't have an
Oh
explanation for
shit.
it.
No.
Yeah, wow.
Damn.
Carbon
So,
dioxide.
Mulder
I got
and
lucky.
Scully onto that
Maybe.
one.
Yeah.
The
I've
old
got-
X-Files reference there.
Yeah. It's funny, actually, on the weekend, I've got at the moment a big bin of media seeding. And it's literally just I'm pouring bacteria in it and some ammonia and bacteria and ammonia. And you can see now it's getting like a sludge and biofilm. And I did on the weekend, I poured a bottle of rotifers and a bottle of copepods in there with half a
yeah.
bottle of Fido. And it's sitting at 23 degrees, and I've just let that go. So we can monitor that, because that's like a new system. So we can see what
Nice.
happens.
You've got like your little ecosystem in a barrel there, don't you?
Yeah,
It's in a
yeah.
garbage bin, I'm going to be honest.
Hey, it's still a barrel. It's okay.
I'll give weekly updates on that one. 4 years
Thanks.
old.
Please do.
All right.
Next on the list is rotifers.
Mm.
Yeah, there's-
Like another great little microorganism that I don't know if it gets the love that copepods do.
no, I was going to
Yeah.
say, I know nothing about rotifers other than you can buy them as a food. So tell me about them.
Well, I think what we mostly see rotifers as is frozen food,
Yeah.
or aquaforest do a liquid, which is, yeah.
Yep.
But
yep.
rarely do we see them live. There isn't a reactor that you can, well, there might be, I don't know, but it's not a live food source that we see in the hobby. I don't know why. But yeah,
I get them in when I was at my old LFS, and now when I do orders, Aquaculture Kings, is it Aquaculture? They do them. I've always
They
ordered
do.
them. I do if I'm doing a live food order, copepods, zooplankton, and rotifers. And my understanding is zooplankton's a mix of rotifers and copepods. And I won't lie, guys, I'm actually Googling it now. But but I feel like people are extremely biased, and they always want rotifers, copepods, and they just look past the rotifers.
Yeah.
Mm.
What?
But I think it comes
But
back
I'm-
to that
That's boundary.
diversity thing, right? You want more of it.
Mm.
And if they're the link between the phytoplankton and the larger zooplankton and the fish, then they're important.
Mm.
So why don't we have
Mix
more
it up.
rotifers?
Diversity is key. But you are right, Mariah. Aquaculture Kings do sell rotifers,
Yeah.
and they even do a rotifer culture starter pack if you did wish to culture rotifers yourself. I'm not sure what else is required, but
Yeah, I would think it
So
would be the same as
rotifers-
copepods.
most likely, yeah. Maybe I'll mix it up and do that next time. Why not?
Mm.
Well, I've been dosing them quite a lot lately because I've been doing orders and people only want pods. No one wants little rotifers. Then I'm left with those guys. They're smaller than pods.
Are they?
they're
Yeah.
one of the smallest animals on Earth. They're actually
Oh,
they are the smallest animal on Earth to have a brain and a mouth and a digestive tract.
yeah,
Mm.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're definitely smaller.
interesting.
They're tiny.
Smaller than a grain of sand. Some of them,
Yeah,
when
okay.
they're
Yeah,
early
a lot of
stage.
the time you won't see them. Like if you buy them in
Yeah,
a
yeah,
culture
yeah, yeah.
or if you put them in your tank, you won't see them because they're so small. You need a microscope.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah. So you're just buying a bottle and just crossing your fingers that they're in there.
Yeah, someone's just selling you a bottle of water. You go, I swear it's got rotifers in it.
Yeah.
Buy
I can
this.
say I've never deliberately dosed rotifers into any of my tanks. I'm
Yeah,
not
right.
saying that
Right,
means you don't.
Really?
I'm not suggesting that's a good thing or that you don't need them. It's just not something I've had access
Because it's
to.
not. Yeah, people always talk about pods. I'm just reading
Yeah.
Tiny zooplankton rich in DHA, EPA, and a broad spectrum of other beneficial fatty acids that support everything from coral growth to larval fish development. The small size makes for high digestibility, makes them perfect for filter feeders, small fish, and inverts. So
Yeah,
they're real
some
like
baby
bottom of the
fish.
food chain, hey?
Yeah, some baby fish can't eat the copepods yet, so
Yeah,
they feed
yeah,
on
yeah.
those first.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
They're used. I think rotifers are used primarily in like aquaculture. I think for
Yeah,
larval fish.
I do know that when I spoke to Shana at Monsoon Aquatics, that
Mm.
rotifers are a big part of their aquaculture
Mm.
aspect there. They obviously have, I think Juno's in charge of a lot of the phytoplanktons there. They've got a huge diversity of phytoplankton strains there, by the way, too. But rotifers are really big because they do a lot of, obviously not just the coral farming there, but a lot of the fish aquaculturing they're doing there in those early phases of sort of post-settlement or post-hatching. I'm not sure on the technical terms. Those fish need very small food sources that are quite nutritious, and the rotifers are perfect.
Yeah, or I guess maybe like their urchins that they spawn, the shrimp,
Yep.
those type of things too.
Absolutely. Yep. The shrimp
that's
actually, the shrimp, not so much. The shrimp from the moment they hatch, they can like chuck in like big chunky bits of meat because the
Oh,
shrimp
that's
will
right.
actually
Yeah.
tear away at it.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. Shana does a really great little impersonation of baby shrimp ripping the bits of prawn away.
Well, I think that's also a similar thing for rotifers as well. They will eat decaying matter as well. So,
Yeah, right. That's always
yeah.
important.
But
Clean
it's
up
where the
pretty
old-
good.
it's pretty wild as well to think that even though that they are somewhat smaller than phytoplankton, they're not the bottom of the food chain. Like rotifers will eat phytoplankton.
Rotifers will be smaller than copepods. They won't be smaller than phyto, though, no?
I don't know.
So
I don't know, yeah.
rotifers
No.
are between 130 and 200. What is that? Micro
Micro
mil?
Micrometers.
UM.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
UM's
as an adult,
microns.
Microns.
all right,
It's a millionth of them.
130 microns. Get my lab coat out, and and pods are 2 to 3 mil as adults. Let's find the size of
That's a big
phyto.
difference.
Also, rotifers are more free swimming.
Oh,
Phyto, copepods are free swimming
more-
when they're younger, but then they like go
they're
in your
more
rocks and
surface.
everything.
Yeah.
Become benthic.
Size of
Ooh, there's the
phyto.
terminology.
What was that again? Sorry,
Benthic.
They're benthic.
I thought you
Benthic
said
is on the
Ozempic.
substrate, on the glass, on the rock, and
I
then
was going to say, what did you call me?
yeah, and then the other's demersal, which I think is free floating.
Oh, I've got a cousin called Demersal. No, I'm joking. Her name's Demelza, but near enough.
Oh my god. So it depends on the species, but they're between 0.2 to 200 micro. Well, we say it was
Microns.
Microns. Okay.
So I guess algae has a bigger range that
Yep.
accommodates for
Mm.
multiple zooplankton species.
Makes sense.
Also, just another quick shout out to this Aquaculture King's website. It's epic.
It's got some good
Really?
information on
It's
there.
really cool. And also just saying there's some familiar photos on there too. But
Oh, look out.
Check that out.
I will say, just to pump up their tires a little bit more, though, they are quite good at sharing information for culturing these things, even if you're not using their products, which I think is really admirable. It's easy
They're
to say,
very passionate.
yeah, if you're buying our products, we'll help you, culture your own phyto, culture your own copepods, even rotifers, from what I've seen. But they don't stop there. They give information. Even if you're doing a DIY setup, they're like, do this, do that. It's admirable. I like that.
I guess it builds the hobby, builds everyone.
Exactly.
Doesn't matter where you are located or what you have access to. You can still
make it happen. Yep.
make it happen.
Agreed.
Moving on to the next one, and these are probably the most widely known of everything that we're going to talk about today, and for a couple of different reasons. I think it's probably the most widely fed food into our system. For some reason, in the marine game, we call it Artemia. In the freshwater game, they call it brine shrimp. And if you're a 7-year-old girl, you call it sea monkeys. So
Love
Sea
sea monkeys.
monkeys.
They're not monkeys though, guys. Just to preface that.
What?
Yeah, my students asked at school, and I was like, if you honestly think that they are some really small monkeys, we're breeding them. You are looking under a microscope, and you tell me if that's a monkey or not.
I mean, well, someone's got some answering to do there.
That's
Why are
the
they called sea
circle of
monkeys if
life.
they're not a monkey? I'm
Yeah,
not.
it's ridiculous.
Not accepting.
And the little images that come with the little 7-year-old castle that you get with it. I
Do
have
you know
one,
how?
admittedly.
Do you know how many
Their
of those
faces are so fun.
I know, right? Oh my God, I remember that. Do you know how many of those I spilled over my parents' floor though? Like
No.
for real. Just as they were hatching every time.
Sea monkeys in the carpet, no good.
And the reef roots, I'm assuming it's reef roots. That's the only option you would feed them.
Oh, yeah.
Do you
What
remember
kind
the
of
food?
food
I
did they?
remember the food. The reef, it
I
was like
think-
reef roots. It wasn't called that.
I think
I
it's
think.
just phytoplankton.
Oh,
It was dried.
yeah. You can
Yeah,
get
it's
dry
dried
photo.
phytoplankton.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure it was because that. Oh, I
It
hope it is
probably
because
is.
that's what I feed my brine shrimp at school. Sorry, my sea monkeys.
Sea monkeys.
Yeah.
Well, it smells like reef roots.
Yeah. What else can you tell us about them, Jared? I think you've got some.
Yes. Tell us all about them,
Tell
Jared.
us.
because
Save
We
me.
know they're more than just sea monkeys.
Yeah.
well, they actually grow to a half decent size. Some of them, like they grow to 1.5 centimeters long at full
Hot
size,
dog.
which is
Monster.
yeah, which is
That's a sea ape.
that's big, right? Like I know we're talking about microorganisms today, but 1.5 centimeters, like that's
a
not
monster.
little. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't say that I've actually ever seen one that size myself. Usually they're kind of still millimeters
Yeah.
big,
I would
like
say,
even the
yeah.
biggest one. But yeah,
Yeah. The ones I've seen are normally, 3, 4, 5 mil tops.
yeah, same. I think that's only because they're, like we were saying, like they're heavily predated on. Like they get to a certain life form, and then however way they've survived, they just eventually get snapped up before they get to the full grown adult size.
Yes. They're a pretty wild looking unit, though. If you ever get the opportunity, if you haven't seen before, Google what an Artemia brine looks like, and they're pretty wild.
It's interesting, isn't it?
Yeah. They're actually crustaceans.
Yes, which is a fair
The same
point of
family
difference
as
from the
crabs
other
and
ones we've
lobsters
talked
and
about.
shrimp. Yeah.
Yeah, their eyes
probably
are
why it
quite
looks so funny.
prominent.
And you can tell the gender of them too.
Yeah, right. Tell us, Mr. Philp.
How do you?
I don't
How do
actually-
we? How do I know if they're a boy or a girl?
From memory,
Wow.
they've got these claspers like claws. I think
obvious?
the males have them, and then the females have like a egg pouch thing.
That's what I was going to say. You can see the eggs, right?
Yeah, they carry them and then they release them. But what I find is so cool is that you can obviously get these as eggs. Like it's very common in the hobby for people
like
to
freeze dried, basically. Yeah,
Yeah, there's cysts, and they can
Yeah.
remain dormant, dried
Yeah.
out for years upon years.
Yeah, shelf life is hectic.
Yeah.
That's crazy to think about. Hey,
And then you just rehydrate them, and they're like, "Oh, time to wake up."
Yeah. Add a little bit of air, like an air stone or something like that, and then they're just perfectly fine. They live their entire life cycle.
It's a bit scary. I mean, like if you're into like sci-fi movies and things like that, they always show like people getting like cryogenically frozen, and then 30-year light speed trip to somewhere else, and then they just defrost them. We'd have no chance, but these brine, no worries. Just give them a bit of water and a plastic
they'll
castle,
take
and off they
over
go.
the world.
Yeah,
They're good to go.
Imagine
go.
that.
Yeah, it's wild.
But they're really, really good for your fish and stuff. So they're one of the most rich in protein foods that you can feed your fish. So if you have fish that just aren't looking healthy or anything like that, they're lethargic. Brine shrimp, Artemia is going to do them. a
Mm.
world of good to get into the system. And I don't think there's many fish that won't eat it as well, like unless they're,
Yeah,
you know,
I was gonna say I was under the impression that Artemia brine on its own was not the most nutritional food source.
Freshly hatched, like
Yes.
1 day old, really good. But I think
Yep.
you've got to, what did they say in Monsoon? Is it gut load them?
Gut load, yeah. Yeah, you've got to feed them stuff so
Yeah.
then when the fish
And
eat
you
them,
use them as a carrier. Yeah.
yeah, pretty much, yeah. So you can put nutrition in that the Artemia will eat, and then when the
Mm.
fish eat the Artemia, they will absorb that as well, which, yeah, is, inception level madness.
That's interesting. I didn't know that. Because you
Yeah.
always, like, when I was at the fish show, you'd always feed brine to tropical, mice to marine. I always thought it was just a size thing. I didn't know there was a difference in nutritional value.
Oh, there you
But
go.
in saying that too, it's interesting, right? Because marine fish can be finicky eaters. But I think one thing that I've never done is hatch them live brine. But then
Mhm.
people would always do it for their freshwater fish.
Yes.
Mm. I
We
do
don't
it at
do.
school, and I feed both fresh
Yep.
and
Yeah,
saltwater.
okay.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
I mean, I feed a mix of it too. Like, I feed like brine, mice,
Yep.
whatever. But I've never hatched it live. I should do that as a treat.
It's actually really fun. You can do it DIY containers, and it's like a bottle, and you put a little air thing in it, and you just have a light or a
You
lamp on it.
decorate for like the sea monkey thing.
Sure, you can put a castle in, whatever you want.
What sort of
No,
time frame are we talking? How long does it take from the freeze
It's like
dried eggs?
48 hours or something,
Yeah,
isn't it?
so
Yeah.
they start hatching at 24 hours, and that's when I start harvesting.
Oh
You
wow.
can see them when they start kicking around, and they're so good to feed all fish.
Yeah, right.
Every fish benefits from it. But
So actually, so if everyone's going to go do this, Aqualabs, have you guys
Aqualabs.
seen that brand much? He's actually from Adelaide and he's done amazing things. He's like my age and he left uni with like a law degree or something and he's always been in the hobby and he now has like a whole range of fertilizers. It's more freshwater
Yeah,
focused.
yeah.
But he
Now.
does the freeze-dried brine eggs and
He does.
everyone said that they had like the best success rate, like a 90 more, like
hatch rate.
really. Yeah, hatch rate. Yep, that's the fancy word.
You know what's even crazier? You can buy these brine shrimp eggs. I think they're only in America. They've been coated in a coating of metal. And when you are harvesting, you can use a magnet to split the eggs and the egg casings from the live hatched. Isn't that insane?
Yeah.
In the meantime, your ICP shows a huge increase in iron
Yeah.
or something.
I know, right?
Well, that's why you catch them first before you put them in your tank.
You don't leave the magnet in your tank. Gotcha.
So tedious.
Just drop a bar magnet in the tank. That'll sort them out.
Sort of. And these poor shrimp just like stuck on the magnet.
Yeah. Reef Labs, you say, Mariah. I have to check them out.
Aqualabs.
Aqualabs, sorry.
So they're more freshwater
Yep.
focused. But he's a lovely, lovely human being and he's done a lot for the hobby. But I suppose as much as marine people can get out of his products if we want to hatch brine shrimp. He also does a live bacteria, which I believe can also be used in salt. I've never used that though. But I do know from the local fish store that I was working at that all the breeders and everyone who would come in said that they had the best success with his brine eggs.
Yeah, right. Looking at his website
And
now,
they're
it
very
looks great.
cheap too. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's Lewis.
I remember
It's
back in
lovely.
the day, my little local fish shop, it was just one of those real tiny old school fish shops, aquariums. They actually used to have like a dedicated 2-foot tank to just brine shrimp. So you could just go in there and just scoop out
They
like
get a bag of them
Yeah.
for you. Yeah.
bag of brine.
I remember
Yeah,
seeing that too. You don't see it so often anymore.
never.
Yeah. I've seen a
There's
couple of
nothing
shops
on-
around Sydney that just have like a small one on the counter. But I think
Yeah.
it's more for like, you can buy these reactors or you can buy these
Yeah.
little
Mm.
culturing containers. But
Yeah, they would have a full tank just with all
That's
these
so
little
cool.
brine. Yeah.
Yeah.
And would they get to a decent size? Would they feed them until they're like big and chunky? Or?
Yeah. But like it was just like a cloud of like you couldn't really
Yeah.
even see into the tank. Like you kind of saw this, I don't know, it looked like brown water kind of thing. You kind of look in it, you're like, oh,
yeah.
there's something living in there. And then, I remember I did work experience at this shop when I was still in high school. And I remember having to scoop bags out for some people and stuff. They'd be like, can I get some fresh brine shrimp? And I'm like, yeah, here you go. See you later. Yeah.
He literally said
Sensational.
that too.
Yeah.
Bye.
I didn't charge him or anything. I just see you later.
Take your brine and get out of here, you filthy animal.
You filthy
But it's come a
animal.
long way, right? Like we don't see that anymore. And I think maybe because frozen's so cheap now, like you can buy like a tray of brine for like, what is it, $6-7 or something now, and
Yeah.
lasts quite a while.
And it's like
I know.
hundreds of thousands in cubes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Convenience, but it's all like gamma radiated too, right? I'm sure
true.
fresh is best. I know that in Adelaide there was someone who did it and would supply all the stores, and then he stopped. And I think it was just that, stores are busy. But I know in the freshwater world now, what's replaced that is like the live blackworm, bloodworm. They do live
Yep.
blackworm.
Blackworm, yeah.
Yeah. And then
So getting slightly larger from brine, we'll go up to Mysis shrimp.
Yeah.
Mm.
That's my wheelhouse for frozen food.
yum.
Yeah.
Bit of
Yeah.
garlic.
I guess
Yeah.
also with Mysis, we might even kind of add in krill. All right. So you got kind of your three different sizes there. Your brine might be your smaller, your Mysis slightly bigger again. Then krill is going to be your much larger
Krill definitely get a
crustacean.
fair bit bigger, yeah. You can
Yeah.
get krill sort of a good couple centimeters long, and that's what typically we'll put in at my local fish shop when we're trying to get some of the larger fish to feed. If they're not quite at the point where they'll take like a dice-sized piece of prawn, but they're sort of turning their nose up at a bit of Mysis, some brine, you'll try some krill, and that'll sort of hopefully hit the spot.
Predatory fish too, smaller predatory fish, I find.
Yeah, yep. Nice little, it's just a nice little segue onto a bit of prawn, I find. It just sort of gets them going from there. But Mysis is definitely my go-to on frozen food. That's what I feed 98% of the time. I do mix it up a little bit with some marine mix and some other stuff, but straight Mysis is what I go to most of the time. I don't have great reason for that other than it's what I've always used and it seems to always work. So hey, why change it? But that's what things like this podcast are for, to teach me something different and to maybe try something new.
Yeah. So Mysis shrimp, we call them shrimp. They are technically only a distant relative of the shrimp that we know, like the shrimp that we actually eat, prawns and things like that. So, and another interesting fact that I found, I mean, much like I think a lot of people have seen how like lobsters and crab hold their young as like embryos stuck to the underside of their belly. Mysis are one of the smallest creatures to do that as well. So they carry their embryos. The females carry their embryos with them as well. So you will you kind of get that double protein with some of them not if you're going to be feeding it frozen, but if you can get, it's another thing that we don't see a lot live either. But if you can get live, you can potentially get that double source of protein because the females might be carrying their babies with them. So
you definitely can buy live, but it's not commonplace.
I've never seen that. I'm just having a quick look now.
Yeah,
it's the same as like krill as well. Like you said, Jared, kind of putting them together. You're not going to find krill. Like they're an Antarctic species. They're in cold water.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure where Mysis fall in that, but
there's a place online that
Aquatic Live Food.
Yeah,
they're out my way, but
road trip.
It's not cheap.
No, it's not at all. It ranges from $103 to $848. I'm sorry, guys, you're getting frozen.
They're obviously not something that's as easy as our
interesting. I wonder where do Mysis shrimp come from?
I'm assuming it's not. It must be easily harvested somewhere.
Deep glacial lakes in the northern hemisphere and high boreal Arctic seas.
I think they're mostly harvested from the wild. Well, the krill is. There's no way they're aquaculturing krill.
That's why you don't see people culture eating their laundries like we do
I-
pods, because you've got to be in Antarctica.
Yeah, you just got to run them at like, -4
Yeah.
degrees.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think also from what I know, mysis and krill, they're very susceptible to light. They don't like light. They only come
Yeah,
to the
right.
surface at night and stuff. So
Okay.
there might be a reason why they might be hard to aquaculture because of that.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
I'm not sure, but
Good news is when they're frozen, they don't care too much about the light.
Yeah.
no.
They're actually
That's true. Last time I spoke to one, it definitely said that.
Yeah, he actually just turned away and went the other way into a fish's mouth. So I'm just, silence said everything.
Joke's
At
on
least
you.
didn't go rogue.
So like you were saying, Sam, like they're very widely accepted to many fish. Like I was saying before, like with Artemia brine shrimp, that they're kind of rich in proteins.
Mm.
The mysis and the krill are quite they're quite full of fatty acids and omega 3s and amino acids and stuff like that. So
Yep.
the byproduct of that is we know that our corals are like fatty acids and amino acids and things like that. So by feeding things like mysis and krill, you're then feeding your coral from the waste of your fish as well with these
Indirect
things.
again.
Indirect again, yeah.
Mm.
So
Yeah. Makes sense. Because what did trip my mind a little bit there when we we're talking about where we find these mysis and even the krill and stuff like that, I'm like, well, if they're found in like super cold, like Antarctic regions, it's not something that our fish are eating naturally in the wild.
Yeah, that's
Um,
so true.
Yet
See
they
what I
take to them
mean?
so easily in
Yeah.
captivity. They're like, "Ooh, that looks nice. I'll eat that."
Like, we're literally taking fish out the ocean, putting them in glass boxes, and now saying, "Here, eat something that is not even your culture."
Eat what the Eskimos eat. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
strange. Yeah,
So
super
interesting.
odd.
My mind. Oh my God.
in saying that though, like you could quite easily put like a like cabbage or lettuce in your tank, or drop some peas and stuff like that in your tank. Like I can guarantee you, fish have never seen that before in the wild, and they'll happily eat it.
Yeah.
So
One of
doesn't
my favorites is chucking just a slice of banana in my tank. The
yeah,
fish,
right.
the fish go berserk
Like
for it.
for real?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. If I'm eating banana, I'll like rip a bit off and chuck it in the tank, and they go crazy over it.
What?
Yeah, right.
I don't know
I
if they
thought-
think it's fish because it kind of looks like
Just
a bit of
banana?
fish.
You've never tried anything else? What made you want to?
Someone
Yeah,
told me the
one for
banana was good.
you, one for me.
They said it was good potassium.
Should we
and,
try this right now? Do I have to get a banana?
Well,
I
I
was
put
like-
cucumber in freshwater tanks, cucumber and
Yeah,
zucchini. For,
zucchini.
like, that's normal, but banana.
Never heard
banana.
banana.
They love it.
Potassium dip.
Mm.
Wow.
Yeah,
I'm
give
gonna try
a little bit of
this
banana a
after
try.
this
It's
episode.
like a
Alright,
square
so
centimeter of banana, and watch the fish go crazy for it. They love it.
some for you, some for me.
If it does
Oh.
cause any problems with your fish, I claim absolutely no
This never
responsibility.
He never said
This
anything.
never happened. This
I've
never
not
happened.
done any scientific experiments other than just hoiking a bit of banana that I'm eating into the tank. So,
So where does it end? Are we going to try apples next?
yeah, a bit of hot dog.
Someone.
You know what?
Well, I like to treat my fish sometimes and feed them fairy floss, but it just disintegrates in the water.
Ah,
So,
wood, yeah.
It's a good one.
Good source of
That's
carbon
some
dosing. though.
aminos.
yeah.
Yeah.
What
Oh
else
my
do we know
God.
about mysis and krill? Like, I think another wild thing. I think a lot of people know this, but krill, like whales, are some of the biggest animals in the sea. Yet they eat krill. Like krill is probably some of the larger of these micro crustaceans that we're talking about. But
Mm.
a whale of all things
Yeah,
wants
I
to
know,
eat
right?
these.
Yeah. Well, they obviously
Filter 'em.
they swarm up in like huge, like balls, right?
Yeah.
And the whales just come up and just engulf the whole lot.
I
They
just
just
don't
swim
see
through
how
them.
that can be. How can that
Yeah.
be worthwhile? Like, it doesn't make sense to me. You know,
Yeah,
like,
it must consume hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of them.
yeah.
Yeah.
You
Per
need to
mouthful
control
for
it.
sure.
Reading up about them now. And I think I need to take some information from their books because they've got built-in balance devices. These little
Oh.
crustaceans have specialized organs in their tail fans called stadiosis. I'm probably not saying that right at
Sounds like a
all.
Harry Potter spell. Stadiosis.
Guardian
Stadiosis,
Leviosa.
which act as a navigational and balancing tool to help them know which way is up and down in the water.
Damn, they'd be wild.
Oh,
Yeah.
they know their
cool.
way. They're nature's kangaroos.
That probably helps them move up and down. Like Jared said, that they don't like lights. It probably helps them navigate up at night time.
Yeah,
and
that's
down.
another fun fact too. At
Oh.
night, they form monster swarms, like you guys said, can stretch for several miles and measure over 3 feet in diameter.
3 feet? As in like the
Yeah.
swarms of them?
The swarm, not the shrimp.
Yeah.
I was going to say that's
damn.
I
I'm
got
not
big
sleeping
real
tonight.
quick.
Yeah. I'm going to be awake all night. I'm like,
They're
Krill
on
will
the
eat me. Can't sleep. Krill will eat me.
Krill will eat me.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Whew, no 3 feet
Yeah.
krill. Happy days.
Yep, no. Just in a batches all together. You can fight them off.
Yeah. Particularly with that Stadiosa, I don't want 3 foot krill trucking me down.
They know whether you're up or down.
That's right. Yeah, they'll take me down.
Another cool fact with them as well is I spoke about at the beginning how when phytoplankton dies and falls to the bottom of the ocean, they kind of become like a carbon cycle.
Sink.
Yep.
The krill actually do that as well. Like they'll eat phytoplankton. They store the carbon within them. When they die, then they fall to the bottom of the ocean, and the whole process happens as well. So
yeah, right.
These microorganisms that are feeding on each other kind of are assisting global warming and all that kind of stuff as well. So
doing their bit.
Yeah, it's a shame they're being
Crazy.
over-harvested, unfortunately, krill. In the Antarctic, I know for a fact, there's a couple of clips in, it was one of David Attenborough's, it's not Blue Planet 2, it might be one of his new ones. But yeah, they show these massive trawlers that go out there with really fine nets and just taking krill.
What do they use it for?
It's for pharmaceuticals, like the omega-3s and stuff Jared was talking about before. It's all extracted from krill. And so health product, beauty products as well. And
now you say it, I even think you can hear the ads talking about like krill oil and stuff. Yeah.
True.
Yeah. So don't feed too much krill.
You'd feel like that'd be such a manually, I mean, obviously they have automations involved, but like trying to harvest something that small from the wild, like, it just seems like it'd be such a manually intensive process. But
it does, doesn't it?
But when you also think about how easy it is to breed and harvest all these other microorganisms like Artemia and mysis, well, not so much mysis, but Artemia brine, definitely.
Yeah.
Surely there's a way that they just find a way to breed them and
I mean, if temperature's the limiting factor, which we're assuming it is, it might be more to it than that. But if it's just that they need cold environments, well,
we've got that.
We have that under
We've
control.
got chillers.
Yeah. Same with dark environment. We don't have to have everything lit. We can have dark rooms that we keep them in, and
if we can
breed
barramundi, surely we can breed krill. Can't be that hard.
That might be my next business venture, to kind of breed krill to sell to all the pharmaceutical companies.
I look forward to next time I come to your place. We're having some beer and pizza and looking at the krill farm. Sounds good.
Yeah. I'm not sure about keeping Antarctic krill in Western Sydney. I don't feel like that's very energy efficient to keep.
Not with that attitude, Mr. Philp. Dream big, my friend.
There's always
Stop
a
being
party
devil's
pooper.
advocate.
You know what? Do the mysis too.
Do it all.
I'll come over when it's done, Jared. I'll bring my kids.
That's all right. My kids love the aircon, so it's pretty much Antarctica here most of the time anyway. So it's fine.
Well, I've
got no
just
problems.
asked GPT. Oh my God, I'm getting tired. There are no krill farms. Just full stop, capital letter, Jared. You'll be the first.
Yeah, there you go.
Sounds
We
like
found a
whole
market.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Rich.
Because they rely on the specific cold phytoplankton-rich environment,
Yeah,
and you've got
nutrient
cold, and you've
rich.
got phytoplankton.
Easy.
So basically,
What are
you
we
need
doing here?
all of the nutrient from our aquariums into a really cold
In my
vat of
water,
water, a little bit
in
of
the
a krill
fridge.
starter culture, and
Just
bang,
go take some krill from the
from David
ocean.
Attenborough, and off you go.
Yeah.
All right, guys, this is the last Submerged podcast episode for the foreseeable future. We'll be in Antarctica from
But I mean, it sounds so bizarre. Like it's got to be
yeah.
easy than going to like Antarctic regions to flip and manually harvest krill when
They
it's
harvest
And
krill
magic.
from
overfish
all
it too, to the
fishery.
point where maybe
Yeah.
one day, like, it
There
might
will be
not
none
be.
of it.
Yeah.
It just
Well, the whole ecosystem's going to collapse then if we take all of it, right?
yeah.
It's just a fat no every time. No, krill are not commercially farmed because they require vast quantities of live microalgae, frigid temperatures, and highly specific ocean environments. Raising them in captivity is not economically viable.
I'll be the
Sounds like
say of that.
yeah. Sounds like
Yeah, Jarred,
ChatGPT
you
doesn't
got
know what it's talking
this.
about. Yeah.
Oh, this is Google now too, and Copilot. They all agree when they all
Yeah.
start to
Yeah,
agree
they're
with you.
all in bed together. Don't listen to him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Jarred likes a
Jarred, we've got
challenge.
this.
Yeah,
likes a
yeah.
challenge.
We've talked about that
Yeah.
before. He
Put
does
that
like
on the
to
resume.
prove
Yeah.
the haters wrong.
I'm converting the Waterbox LX tomorrow.
Beautiful.
Ooh.
Coral is coming out. Krill is going in.
Krill and 50 killers.
Well, that-
I'll put that in my garbage bin.
it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world, because the other cool thing about krill is they're bioluminescent as well. So at
Ooh.
night, when the lights go off,
They
they'll
glow.
be these
Oh my
bright,
God.
crazy colors, which is pretty
Damn.
cool.
And there's
Yeah.
something
All
about that
without
makes me feel
expensive
itchy.
UV lights.
Yeah.
Itchy.
Yeah, it's just, when you see like these little bugs and things and they're glowing, I'm like, I don't know, it just makes me feel
Oh,
itchy.
the 3 foot
Get
long
the ick.
glowing ones.
Yeah, those 3 foot
You know,
ones with the
scorpions do that. If you put like a scorpion under
Yes.
our LED lights, they grow blue.
some of them can, yeah.
Yeah, not all. We've got them in the local zoo, actually. So cool.
Yeah.
Blue light on it,
But
scorpions
yeah,
glowing.
I don't know, it all makes me itchy. My head's all itchy now. I don't like it.
Just
Oh,
say
little
head lice 10
centipedes.
times.
Yeah. ugh.
Centipedes running all over you, Sam.
Centipedes are right. I reckon they're cool. Centipedes and
Oh,
millipedes I like. Yeah.
as if that's okay.
They can
Krill.
kill you in some countries, those things.
Can they? Oh.
Yeah.
Don't ruin it for him. He was cool
Sorry.
with centipedes until
Yeah.
you said that.
Cool.
Yeah,
They're
I want
mad,
them
though.
itchy.
In
Yeah.
Australia, they're fine. You'll be right.
Yeah, it's one of the few bugs that doesn't kill you in Australia.
What about the human centipede? What's your thoughts on that one?
It's a good trilogy.
What about Sharknado?
Oh my God. Anyway, guys, we're tracking off.
Yeah.
Copepods.
Sorry, krill.
Krill.
Was there any others on our list, Jarred? Is that
We ended with krill there because I wanted to kind of keep it very basic this first episode on these microorganisms. I think next time we can kind of really get a little bit further into it. We're like when we talk about dinoflagellates and all those really little
Yes.
under the microscope type things that people have no idea about. There's very few people out there that have a microscope and are looking at these things.
Yeah.
These are just things that we all know about to some extent. So I thought we'd tick them off first.
We know that some of it. We had to Google a lot tonight.
We did.
But
I was going to
But
say,
I feel so much smarter now. I'm just saying.
if you are a listener that does know considerably more about this than all of us, which, to be fair, it's a pretty low bar, but if you do and you want to be involved in part 2 of this episode, let us know. We're always
Hit us
looking
up.
for guests. Yeah, we're just like a parasitic copepod. We're happy to leech the information from you.
Oh, good link there. That was brilliant.
Lovingly.
I think the main thing that we all kind of led to there is it's all just a great food source for one another, and then food and fish and coral and stuff as well. So if anything, if you're not too into all the science and all the cool facts on it, just know that they all do something within your system. They're a great food source for something in your system. So they're all worthwhile to have in there.
Definitely.
Just don't skip them. Yep.
Give them a whirl.
Yep.
Now, the next big thing that we've got to talk about, Mariah,
Big thing.
the big thing on everyone's lips is the Only Reefs event.
Today is the day.
It's today, right? I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure. Well, it's not
4th of
physically
July,
today
4th
for
of
us
July,
because
4th of
we're
July.
recording this
No,
way
that's it.
before.
I'm celebrating right now. That's it.
Yeah.
We got cookies and all, guys.
Wow.
So if anyone who is listening to this at 9 o'clock in the morning and they're looking for something to do on Saturday, the 4th of July, where do they go, Mariah?
Yeah, where do you go? I don't know, eh? So,
Maybe what suburb you're in, maybe?
all right.
Where's
So,
this,
what we're
where's this swap
doing
happening?
today? All right, what are we doing today? Oh my God, Sam, it's today. So,
It is today.
Sam Parker, my beautiful Sam, Philp, and Jarred could not make it, but Sam Parker is coming down to Adelaide. We've got some other cool special guests too making the trek down. Chris from East Coast Corals,
Yes.
Mel from Cairns Marine. Oh my God, I'm shaking talking about this. So,
Nice.
Great
we
list.
have a frag swap. Adelaide has one of, I don't think it's the first, but since I've been in the hobby, in Welland, so not too far from the city. It's a venue there, and we're all going to meet up. So people are swapping frags. I'm also going to have corals for sale. We're doing $10 mystery frags.
No.
And it's
Oh.
just a social event too. So I think that's the main reason why I wanted to do it. Adelaide, we always talk online, like we've got some awesome Facebook groups, but people don't really usually meet up. So that was the main reason behind doing this. I can say though, there's going to be a very large announcement that's going to be posted on my socials. I reckon it will probably be there around 1 or 2 o'clock today. So I would love
Ooh,
if everyone just eyeballs the page.
that is a
There's
heck of a
something
hook.
exciting
Oh,
coming.
geez.
And when you say on your page, people can find that at Only Reefs Aquatics on Facebook.
Yeah,
Like
Facebook,
Insta?
Only Reefs on Instagram.
Yep, Instagram. Yep.
So
Perfect.
keep an eye on there. I'm sure I'll be very distracted talking to everyone around. But yeah, exciting news coming.
Very
I'm
good.
shaking.
It's got to be
And
good
it's not the
because, I mean,
cookies.
Adelaide's, to be fair, is long punched above its weight in its reefing prowess across Australia and even across the world. It's not a massive capital of Australia or anything like that. Like Adelaide's, don't get me wrong, it's not exactly a small, bush town.
Yeah,
Adelaide's a big place, but you guys have had some iconic reefers and some
there have been.
incredibly well-respected reef tanks.
Mm,
And for some reason, you always seem to miss out on the big reefing events.
we do miss
Yeah.
out on the big reading events. That will change soon.
Absolutely. Now, looking
Cool.
forward to it.
So excited. And there's gonna, just disclaimer, there'll be another one in September, a larger one, where everyone will be there with me.
Oh, wow.
Ooh,
Mm,
Even more of a
including you
hook.
two.
yeah, so
Book your flights. Let's go.
very exciting.
Yeah, very
So
good.
yes, very exciting.
Yeah, so get there. If you're listening to this now, you got nothing to do today.
Book a
It's going to
flight.
be worth
You're
worth
in
your while.
Adelaide. Book a flight.
Might be too late to catch a flight now, but
No, you
yeah.
can do it. Come on.
If you're in
Flights to
Adelaide,
You
Adelaide don't
can
take that long. You'll be right.
keep an eye on the social pages.
Definitely.
yeah. If you can't be there, at least just watch. I'm sure you're probably going to do a video, Sam, and maybe some lives and stuff like that,
Yeah, there'll be
Mariah.
some-
Just
be some
yeah.
activities,
Yeah,
no
lives
doubt.
are good ideas. Actually, that's a very good idea. I'll definitely
so-
do that.
definitely one not to miss. And if you do miss it, keep in mind September there'll be another one coming as well. So
Very nice.
for all the listeners, if you haven't heard yet, we are also on YouTube. We've got 2 episodes up now. This will be the 3rd that goes up. So they drop every 2 weeks, the same time that they drop on Spotify, Apple, and all the other places that you can get the podcast. Also now on YouTube. So if you liked our voices but wanted to see our heads as well, that's the place where you can do it.
Wow. There's a sales pitch.
I
Yeah.
feel like I'm missing out. One sec.
What are you doing?
Hey.
Yay!
The Four Eyes podcast. Nicely done.
I didn't want to miss out. I got
Did you
I got
guys
some
see
hate in the
that
first one.
comment?
I actually
Was
have
he-
glasses I should wear, but I don't.
Was he
Ah,
kicked
dude.
out because he's not wearing glasses?
So good.
This is
Brilliant.
the non-2020 Vision Club. Get out of here.
He wasn't even sick last week. We just said, you can't be on this anymore.
No.
He
Like,
went
your
for
eyes are
lazy
just
eye
a bit
surgery,
too
and we
good.
said, "Get out of here."
Yeah. Sorry.
So you'll probably take one look at us on YouTube and quickly switch back to Spotify, but that's fine. As long as you're
Or just-
listening or viewing, that's fine.
Yeah, just take your glasses off. It's fine.
But if you are watching on YouTube, be sure to subscribe to the channel. We're really trying to pump the subscriber numbers up as quickly as possible. The sooner we can hit the 1,000 mark on the YouTube, the sooner we can do some more amazing things with you guys. So whether you're a big YouTube fan or not, if you could jump over there and give us a subscribe, doesn't cost you anything. It will help the podcast out a lot. And we'd appreciate it.
Same goes for any other platforms that we're on. If you share us and subscribe and like all of our content on there, it only helps us grow this a little bit bigger. And everything that we do make from the podcast, whether it be via monetization or via people donating or sponsoring or anything like that, we put it straight back into it. We are looking to put on more events. We're looking to take this on the road. We're talking about visiting certain areas, certain facilities and all things like that as the podcast progresses. So it all helps. If you want to hear more of this, see more of us, that's the way to do it. So, yeah.
Beautiful.
And
Good plug.
like always, if you have questions or if you want to find out more about giveaways, prizes, anything that's upcoming, the place to do that is on Facebook and on Instagram. That's where we release all of our information and we interact with all of our listeners. So jump on there if you want more information.
Specifically where you'll find out more information about the Only Reefs gift voucher giveaways as well.
Yes,
Mhm.
yes.
Yes.
Mariah, do we have a plan yet on how we're going to do that? We're just going to do like a bit of a competition like we have with all of the aquaculture kings.
I reckon so. Yeah, let's think. I haven't thought that far ahead yet. I'll be honest. We'll think about it.
We'll think about it.
But
There'll be
otherwise,
something people have to do: answer a question, like a post, or
Yeah.
maybe subscribe
Maybe we'll leave
on
them
YouTube
open
or
a little bit
something.
longer instead of a
Yeah.
few hours. Maybe we'll leave it for the weekend or
Yeah, nice.
something. Maybe we can have it open a Saturday and close on Sunday night. Just give a few more people some more. And I know a few people did reach out and say, I'm not on Instagram, so I reckon this one will run on Facebook. We'll alternate. But we do
Sounds good.
appreciate all the new followers on Instagram. That platform's grown a lot, which is absolutely fantastic. So yeah, as
Well,
Jarred said,
maybe
please
we can
always
do
reach out.
Maybe we can do a thing because we're going to give away 2 an episode. So maybe we do one via Facebook and one
That's
via
a good idea.
Instagram.
Mm.
So if you're not on Facebook,
Yeah.
but you are on Insta, you don't miss out.
That's a very good idea. There we go.
Nice.
And we'll
Good
think of a
plan.
question.
Nice.
Cool. So stay tuned for that. All of that information will be on the socials. We'll give you a heads up on how we're going to do it, when we're going to do it. But the first 2 packs will be announced on the next episode. So stay tuned for that one.
Good stuff.
We have episode 32 coming up in 2 weeks' time. Not 100% sure on which one I've got like a bunch of different ideas here for the next episode. I'm not sure which way I'm leaning just yet, but we'll keep that one.
Lucky dip.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah.
keep that one
Oh.
open.
How good.
Maybe we can do a thing where we have a lot of people kind of reaching out and saying, hey, I want to hear more about this. So maybe if you reach out to us and you tell us what you'd like to hear a little bit more of, it might be something that I've got in the bank ready to go. And I'll just go, that's the one. So yeah, let us know.
Sounds good.
Last bit that I've got, again, we've got the merch. It's there, ready to go. Go to Only Reefs. Is it onlyreefs.com.au?
.au. Yep. .au.
And you go to the merchandise section on the website. You can find each of the shirts there. There's 2 shirts. There's a navy, there's a black. Both have different designs. Some sizes, I think, some are sold out or some are getting close to sold
the
out.
numbers are getting close to selling out. But like Jared said, there'll be more coming. But if you do want it, jump on it sooner rather than later, because otherwise there'll be a few weeks of a wait.
Yep.
But at the moment, everything's still in stock. And thank you so much for all the support with that too. When we dropped it, it was a great number of orders that we've sent out. Makes us all very happy.
If you see the size that you want is sold out, just reach out to us. If I get enough people who want a specific size, I'll just do a run on that size as well. So
That's a great idea. You can
Um,
always too on that, guys. There's a contact us tab on the website. Just that flicks me an email and I can add you to a list.
so if you missed out on the $50 special that we did on them at the Salty Social here in Sydney, they're now $55 because of GST. They are all being shipped out of Adelaide as well now. I've sent Mariah down the entire box because she's shipping out all the time, and I don't want people to miss out because they feel as if that they want a frag and they want a T-shirt. I think it just works out a little bit easier this way where they can
Easy
get both at the
done.
same time. So
One-stop
Yeah,
shop.
yeah,
it's a good
thank you.
idea.
And I'd love to see people posting some photos of them wearing their shirts, out and
Ooh.
about.
Yeah,
out
rep
and
it.
down. Yeah, repping. So that'd be cool.
Actually, that is such a good idea.
Is that our
All right,
competition? Oh,
we'll
no,
do
it
this
can't
as it can't be. But if you are wearing your Submerge podcast T-shirt, tag the page, and I'm sure we can organise a little Only Reefs discount your way for repping us and
geez.
supporting. So that sounds fun. That's a good idea.
It's very generous. Nice one.
Yeah, well,
Awesome. Well, that is actually all the time that we've got for this episode. Microorganisms, mini creatures, I've called it. We hope that you liked the episode. I think it was fun to talk about, and I've learned plenty tonight, even just before starting the episode, Googling a lot of these things and being blown away by some of the facts there. I think it's something I think a lot of people will take something from. So, yeah.
Agreed.
Very important aspect of the hobby that goes under the radar a little bit, I think.
Definitely. Well, thank you, three, for joining me tonight.
Thanks for having us.
Anytime.
yeah. And you too, Jared.
Always a pleasure.
Thank you for driving the ship. Otherwise, we would have been lost at sea. Literally.
Not with those
the
damn
episode would have
krill.
gone.
Yeah, not with those 3-foot
Yeah.
krill. I'm never going on the ocean again.
Oh my God.
Uh,
No, thank yous all. Always a pleasure. And it's
Yeah.
4th of July, guys. I'm not American, but this is the most exciting day of my life so
That's
far.
right.
So
This is when
tune
Will
into the
Smith
socials.
beats the aliens. Happy days.
Yay, no more aliens.
all the best for the
Only
day, Mariah.
Rodifers.
I hope it all goes well for you.
Yeah.
I hope everyone
Oh.
enjoys it.
Yes.
Um,
Very
sure they will.
excited.
And we'll catch everyone on the next episode. See you later. Bye.
See ya.
Yeah.
Bye,
Bye.
everyone.
Thanks for listening. Be sure to catch us again in a fortnight for the next episode. Find us on all our socials for more updates.